Alright, hi. This is Battle vs. FizzyStardust. I made a crobat just for leads, and it turns out to be a lead Celebi, which is perfect. So I just taunt the Raikou, and it really works out. So I'm predicting the obvious T-Bolt, going to Apple Juice, and of course he predicts the obvious EQ, so I go for the U-turn. And it kind of helped me out, because it put it at like half health, which is really crippled for a Celebi. Then I get the switch advantage, and I'm obviously going to go into Crobat. I'm going to taunt just because I can. He can't T-Wave, so that's helpful. And I just go for the Super Fang on the switch. So, yeah, Crobat, it's actually a really useful Pokemon. And especially Super Fang Crobat. Alright, so he gets lefties and just barely goes back up. Alright, so I can see this is kind of a bulky Gyara, so that's helpful. So I go into my Dusknoir. The only thing I'd ever copy a Smoke and Set from. And I tank a Stone Edge with like 0 damage. And so I predict the obvious switch, and I'm thinking, well, I was thinking for a while. I was like, if he stays in, I'm in trouble, so I just went for the Ice Punch. So I go into Shuckle, knowing he can take whatever, except Stone Edge and Water moves. Yeah. I still don't notice he has a Life Orb right here. He switches, goes into Hariyama. I knock off its leftovers, which really did help because this Hariyama was like a huge trouble for me. So I protect to get some lefties up and see what it's going to do with Force Palm. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's easy. So then I make the obvious switch into Dusknoir, and he gets a crit with knockoff, which is just kind of funny. Like, I don't really care that it was a crit, it was just funny. So I just EQ thinking he'll go into E-Tran, he doesn't, and I'm like, crap. Anyway, so he whirlwinds, and yeah. So I'm in with my little Tater, and he's like only not seen one of my Pokemon. I used like a total stall team for this with one Pokemon that wasn't, which was Flygon. Just because, as a joke, I set up my rocks, by the way. Because the person he fought before this used an annoying Blissey that wasted like 20 minutes on the stream. So, yeah, I switch, and he whirlwinds, and I'm stuck into Umbreon, and that's not good against Hariyama, and now he's seen my entire team. Obvious Force Palm, obvious switch, Ice Punch for the Gyarados that I thought would come in on the Earthquake. And now I'm just confused. So, yeah, he's just going to keep whirlwinding. He's in a pretty good position, so I'm going to protect, and he's going to Stone Edge, and I'm like, whoa, I did not know Hariyama could use Stone Edge, but I don't really know Hariyama anyway. So I switch into Flygon to take the Stone Edge, and it turns out he doesn't even get to use it. And then I get a crit with Earthquake, which was kind of unfair. They totally makes up for that crit on knockoff. I would have taken the thing out anyway at some point. So he goes into Gliscor, and I'm like, oh, that's not too much trouble. My Shuckle can completely wall it. But he decides to switch too. And he goes into Heatran knowing an Earthquake isn't coming. And I'm like, wow, nice prediction. So I protect to see if he's going to Fire Blast or not. He does, obviously. So I'm going to switch. And he goes for Hidden Power. And I don't know what it's going to be at this point. It's neutral on my Umbreon. I'm thinking Hidden Power Electric. So he goes into Celebi, who takes my payback. And I'm like, crap. I just wanted damage on whatever came in. Of course, it'd be Celebi, who can obviously outspeed me and just recover. I probably should have switched this turn, but I didn't. So I just go for the payback, get some more damage on it. I thought he would just set up rocks. I wasn't sure if he was carrying Recover, Leech Seed, wasn't sure. But he was carrying Recover. So he goes for the rocks, and that was kind of obvious, so I got a free switch into Apple Juice. I U-turn, knowing I won't get a switch advantage. But now that that's gone, I can go into Swampert and basically just destroy his team. I didn't really see much that could stand up to my Swampert besides Gira. And, yeah, so he goes into Heatran, and he thinks I'm probably going to switch. No. He thought that was Hidden Power Grass, and it was Electric, and I was right, and I'm happy. I Waterfall just in case he's going to switch to Gira, just so that I can get damage. And yeah, I get some lefties, and that was a big misplay. If he had known that Hidden Power, that would have been better for him. Anyways, so he intimidates me, and I protect. and he roars, and I'm like, oh, I'll let him roar. Don't really mind that, and I mess up the camera. And so I just waterfall for some damage and let him roar me out. So yeah, I never noticed that Heatran was life orb until I recorded this. Anyway, so he roars me into Dusknoir, and T-Waves me. My Dusknoir is worth crap, but he doesn't have the Heatran anymore, so I can Will-O-Wisp. And I know this Dusknoir is really standard, but I like it. I might actually change the Ice Punch off it for Thunder Punch, because in every situation I've used it in, Thunder Punch would have been more useful. Anyways, so yeah, he roars me back into Swampert, and I'm like, I'll just stall it. So, yeah, I figure I'll get some burn damage with Protect and go back to full health while he tries to Waterfall. And I'm not sure if Protect is standard on Swampert, but I do like to have it. It's really useful. So he Waterfalls, but he's burned, so it's going to do crap. And I Waterfall, and it actually does, like, it KOs, yeah. And I KO a Gyarados with Waterfall, and I feel accomplished. Adamant Swampert, by the way, is what I run. So he brings in Raikou, knows he lost, and just kind of flees here. So, yeah. I have no question. Oh, yeah. Who's your favorite?